you are trying to distinguish between a variant and subvariants. If I
Yes.
got it,
Yeah, yeah,
am I
correct,
getting this
correct, correct.
correctly?
Yeah, yeah.
And
So currently,
that's where the
for
difference
3
is.
years, we are seeing only Omicron. And with Omicron, what has happened, good thing with India, is Omicron BA.1 was there in Europe and South Africa. And when in India, we got it, we always only got it BA.2 and BA.3. Now, the good thing with BA.2 and 3 is that whenever any COVID came, it did not affect us at all. So, on one hand, our vaccination was very good. At least 40% of us have received a booster. On the other hand, Omicron has infected most of us. So if somebody says that I was not infected, that person is telling lie, or that person doesn't know. So once everybody is infected with Omicron, Omicron has given us power to go out, open up, start schools, start business, start activities. Omicron has never crippled the country. In fact, it is the other way around. Omicron took us out from the crippled scenario. So, in that scenario, if there is a new variant coming, then we should watch how much that can affect. Now, we cannot always compare if what is happening in Singapore, Hong Kong, and China and Thailand because of two things. Number one, our vaccination was only and only Covishield, 91%, and 9% was Covaxin. And hardly Ikka Dukka received other vaccines, which were almost minuscule. In most of the China dependent countries, they received a Chinese vaccine called Sinovac. And Sinovac was a failed vaccine. I don't know how and why WHO gave permission to that vaccine at 51% efficacy. Vaccine permission is given at 50%. Whenever there is a 51%, there's always a doubt in mind. And with the background of WHO favoring China all along 5 years, not till today coming out, how did the Wuhan virus first came?
Okay. So
Whether it was man-made, so
there's a question which I need to take on popular demand. A lot of people said you are doing this show, Kartikeya. These are the two questions which you should ask. So, this is a question for both of you, Dr. Sood. The first
yeah.
question is that there are a lot of people in my office who said, is the second dose still working? And there are people with the booster dose, they're asking, I should ask you people, are the doses they have taken are still working? A lot of people have only the second dose and a lot of people have the booster dose. So people want to know, are they still in operation? They're working?
You see, there is nothing like
So
Dr.
virtually not
Sood,
immunity
working.
does not
Dr.
work
Sood,
that.
then I'll come to you. Dr. Sood.
So I think immunity works other way around. So initially the vaccines which were given were only to boost the immunity. After you got infected, that is also a sort of vaccination. Now, whether that is working at the moment or it is partially working, or if you remember, even in the first phase when the healthcare people got vaccines in the first phase of vaccination. So after the first phase, the morbidity and mortality in the healthcare people were much less, but infectivity was still there. So it is a possibility that the vaccine or infection, so to say, might be reducing the severity of the disease, as well as the body has got its own memory sort of system. The immunity has got its memory sort of system, and that might also be working in this scenario. So, as Dr. Gilada has said, that till the time there is a massive mutation where the body is not able to see what is coming to it, like what COVID came. Till that time, I don't think that has to be need to be taken care of. Now, for the part of vaccines, I think 3 or 4 years is a long time. So it is at the moment it is too early to say whether that is working or not. To my knowledge, I think vaccines would not be working for for plain and simple method that body's immunity has taken over. And this COVID thing was endemic in these 3 4 years also. So some variant of COVID kept coming in the milder sort of forms, and that might have boosted the immunity.
Okay, Dr. Ishwar.
Yeah, you see, immunity is overt and covert. Overt is that we always see.
You're talking like a military specialist, You-
No, in the field of infection disease, we do the military job only. So it is just like war-like situation if at all it happens. So overt immunity is we directly count after giving vaccine how much is the immunity, and we have different parameters to see that. Covert immunity or there are memory cells. Memory cells are there because of either natural infection or because of vaccine. And the memory cells get activated if and when there is opportunity. So there is a hidden immunity always inside us once we are infected. So even if after 8, 10 years something happens, our memory cell will trigger and will start acting. How much that will be efficient, we do not know. So basically, if you say, do we have immunity or no immunity, there's no answer yes or no. It is we do have immunity, and because of that, even if we get infection, they are milder infection. We do not need oxygen, we do not need to be in ICU, we do not need to be on ventilator, and we do not die. Now, if we are not bothered about flu, if we are not bothered about RSV, we should not be bothered about COVID, which is similar to flu or RSV. If we should be bothered, we should be bothered about everything. Now, what should have been done is that when we started giving vaccine for flu, we should have included COVID also in that vaccine, so that people who are taking flu vaccine, they are also taking that every annual booster of the COVID, which has not happened.